Hello my dear students, how are you? I'm teacher Malak Atubasi from Taqarub International School. So inshallah today we're going to explain a reading lesson, Academy Star Unit 2, Inspiring Ideas. So before we start, here we have a new vocabulary list. The first one is aim, attitude, develop, and here we have developed between practice. It is a verb to, yes, fail, narrow-minded, navigate, open-minded, progress, succeed, look, succeed, and here we have succeeded with ed, so it is a verb to, yes, of the verb succeed. Okay, the last one is upside down. So let's start reading. Follow me line by line the first paragraph. A narrow-minded view of history. Look at the map. Do you see anything wrong? Most people say the map is upside down. Upside down. North should be at the top, south at the bottom, west on the left, and east on the right. So the map is the opposite. So the map is the opposite. But there is no real reason to put north at the top. So in 1976, an Australian Strauss MacArthur created a famous map like this. He put Australia at the top because people often joked about his country being at the bottom of the world. So here, most people say that this map is upside down, like north should be at the top, south at the bottom, west on the right, and east on the right, on the left. So here we have upside down. And this map is the opposite, okay? So, and you should know, guys, there is no real reason that to put north at the top of the map, okay? So there is no real reason. Okay, and here in 1976, we have an Australian, he's called Stuart MacArthur. He created a famous map. So he created a famous map like this. Okay, let's move to the second paragraph. Have you ever wondered why north is at the top of the map? Yes, tell me. Yes. So here we have a question. Why north is at the top of the map? Yes, it is because 500 years ago, sailors used the star to guide them. So the most important star they used to what? And navigate. And navigate was the star, was the North Star. So and navigate was what? Was the North Star. Therefore, the North Star became the fixed reference point of a map. So that's why, or afwan, therefore the North Star became the fixed reference point of a map. People also put Europe in the middle of the map. So here, I have a question, guys. So here, why people put Europe in the middle of the map? Yes. Because at that time, they believed that Europe was the central of the world. Because they believed that Europe was the center of the world. Center of the world, yes. Like people in the past, we sometimes forget that the history of the world is not just the history of our own country. In school, we usually learn about what? Yes, we learn about scientists, we learn about inventors and explorers from our own countries. First, therefore, we might not be aware of a progress that has happened in other countries. This can create what? Yes. Create a narrow-minded attitude to the world. So, it creates a narrow-minded attitude to the world. Sometimes we fail. Why? Why we fail? Yes. To see that countries around the world are closely connected and every country has a part in history. So, guys, you should know that we fail. Why? To see that countries around the world are closely and connected. Every country has part in history and every country has its own history. Okay, so here we have, So here we have a Quizzic question. The first question is, where was the world's first university? Who produced the first spaghetti? Where does the number system we use come from? Who invented the radio? So let's look at the answer. Okay. Polo University first opened in 1088 and it is the oldest university in Europe. However, 200 years earlier in 859, two sisters, Fatima and Maryam, had already opened the world's first university in Fez, Morocco. So this is the answers of these quiz question. Okay, so let's move to the third paragraph. The Chinese produce a type of long. It is a thin pasta in Chinese, okay, called noodles. All of you know what the meaning of noodles, yeah? Marco Polo, he is a famous European explorer. So here we have a famous European explorer who called what? Marco Polo. Okay, so he discovered these in Chinese. So this Marco, he discovered these noodles in Chinese and brought them back to Italy. So he brought them back to Italy. So after he brought them and packed them to Italy, they become spaghetti. Okay. To mathematically developed system of numbers, we use 1, 2, 3 in Indian almost 2,000 years ago. Europeans only started using this system about 1,000 years ago. So you should know, guys, that the numbers of the system that we use come from India, not from Russia or whatever. Okay, coming from India. Most people will say that Marconi invented the radio. So who invented the radio? Marconi, yes. In 1897, he showed everyone his ideas about radio. So in this year, you should know, guys, he showed everyone his ideas about the radio. Yes. However, 2 years earlier, Alexander, he's a Russian professor. So Alexander, he is a Russian professor. While Marconi, he is invited the radio. Okay, yes. He had already succeeded in making a radio. So he succeeded in making a radio. Who's Alexander? He's a Russian professor. Okay, the last paragraph. Did any one of those answers surprise you? Why might tell ourselves that our country is the center of the world and that all history started there? But our aim should be to more open-minded, or we will miss so many amazing stories. It is time to think differently. It is time to turn your brain. It is time to upside down and take another look. So it is time to think differently. It is time to take another look. It is time to turn your brain upside down. Thanks for listening.